Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. We're out here on the California Delta in between storms. Today I'm going to be heading up north to the Santa Rosa area. This North Bay, believe me, is a hotbed for some very talented bait makers. Today I'm going to be visiting Brent from Mr. B Lure Company. I'm also going to be visiting with my friend Gabe from Bigg Nasty Baits. These guys are going to show us what's new for 2023, and Gabe's going to show us a prototype that is yet to be seen. So stick with me, we'll check out these new baits and I hope you enjoy them. I'm here with Brent from Mr. B Lure Company. Brent, you've got a couple of new lures you want to talk about. These aren't even on the market, so give us the info on these new lures.
Sure, thanks Steve. So we got a couple new lures that have come out. This one was just released a couple of weeks ago. It's called the Underswim. It's a swim jig underspin combination. We've got a flexible dropper wire, a non-breakable wire there to a ball bearing swivel and a blade to give you that flash, as well as the weedlessness of a swim jig. So we've got baked on powder paint with 3D eyes, weed guard, 5/0 Gamakatsu hook. We have a wire keeper on there to hold your trailer from sliding down. So this thing's going to be able to come through all that shallow cover that we have this year from all this rain that we've been getting. And so that's going to be a great new bait out there.
And a variety of colors on those. Right?
A ton of colors. All of them are on the website. You can take a look at them there, and we'll talk about the other locations we can get pick them up also. Okay. So the unreleased bait now is our Slither. This is a weedless bladed jig. So we've got the Mr. B standard holographic blade on there. We've got 3D eyes on there, clear coat. Like all of our baits that have eyes, they all have a clear coat that holds those eyes on so they don't come falling off, and it's just a lot more protection for that paint. But the nice thing is we've taken a 4/0 owner hook and put it on a solid connection back there, so that's not going anywhere. We've got the centering pin on there to hold your bait in place. So now you can put on any sort of little paddle tail swim bait and run that as a completely weedless bladed jig. So that's going to be hot on the Delta this year. That's going to be a clear lake bait. That's going to be good in any of these lakes that has the shallow cover up there where you were scared to throw a bladed jig before. Now you can really put that thing back into the thick stuff.
Yeah, totally weedless. So you can, that's going to be important, especially on the Delta if you want to fish those flooded tules. You know, you've got something that you can just throw as far up there as you can and drag it through there. And all of these baits are coming in a variety of fish catching colors. And the other thing that I know about all of your baits, they are all come with Delta Clear Lake style hooks on it. If you hook a 6, 7, 8 pound fish, you can lean on them.
Every bait that we have has either an owner hook in it or a Gamakatsu, and they range anywhere from the 2, 3 extra strong versions that are on our flipping style jigs and on our reaction baits, down to the light wire versions of needlepoint owners that are on our football heads and a lot of the more finesse type baits also. So we have a full range of all the Gamakatsu and owner hooks in all of our baits.
And I know you've got a wide variety of baits. Rob down at the Bass Hole carries a lot of the baits, but if you want to check out some of the other Mr. B Lure Company baits, where can they check these out? Give us your information on how to get a hold of you and maybe some of the shops you're at.
Yeah, definitely. So the main place would be my website, MrBLureCompany.com. There you can find every size, every style, every color bait that we make. There are in multiple locations. Rob at the Bass Hole, for one, he has a big order coming right now, in addition to the stuff he already has. The Outdoor Pro Shop up in Katati, David up at Clear Lake Outdoors, and a handful of other shops that are around. You can go and get them there too.
All right, Brent, thanks for filling us in all these. I'm definitely going to have a couple of those on board as soon as this weather breaks, and I know they're going to work out there.
Yeah, so. For sure. Thanks for having me on, Steve. I appreciate it.
All right, I got Gabe on the hot seat now. And Gabe, Bigg Nasty Baits?
Yes, sir.
All right. You guys know Gabe. He's made a name for himself with Bigg Nasty Baits, big swim baits, power fishing. You've got some prototypes that you're going to be scaling down some of these bigger baits and putting them in the hands of more fishermen. Let's talk about what you have, and I think this is the first showing of any prototype that we're seeing today, right?
Absolutely. So
all right.
We have our little 1.5 ounce, 4-inch. We're calling it a wee wake snack size.
Same bait as this guy?
Absolutely, same bait. We use Row Innovations, and they scaled it down for us. And it's just a little slimmer and lighter.
4 ounces on this bait?
4 ounces on that bait, as opposed to 1.5 ounces on this one.
And just because for you guys, the knowledge here, this is the prototype. It's not painted yet.
Yes, I wanted to keep it under wraps and a secret for you guys, but Steve's like, let's bring in the prototype. So I brought it. So you are the first to see the prototype wee wake here.
And again, you're trying to get these baits in more the hands of more anglers. If you are not a big bait guy, you don't need a big bait rod, a big bait mentality to throw these smaller baits. Good place to start and get your confidence and build your way up to the bigger baits.
Absolutely. I think I see it as a trend this year that us big bait builders are going to head towards the smaller downsizing of baits, and we've done that with our new handmade wooden rats.
And this is the standard rat at
6 inches without the tail, 4.5 ounces. With tail 11 ounces.
And about an ounce
and a half.
Yeah, ounce and a half.
And a little bit shorter, about 4.5 inches.
Throw it on a standard medium heavy bait cast.
Medium heavy, 12 to 15 pound line.
Yeah. And so that's it, guys. The new baits out here, again, these baits this size have a lot of drawing power. I mean, you can get a double-digit fish, but I think these are the way to go if you're first starting out with swim baits. So you can go ahead and get those, even if it's a 2-3 pound fish, you get a few of those underneath your belt, then you can move on up to the bigger baits, and you don't necessarily have to be head hunting for that one bite. So man, it's going to be a lot of fun for a lot of guys that have these baits in their hand, getting their first fish on a swim bait. For you guys that haven't done a lot of swim bait fishing, or you haven't caught a fish on a rat or something like that, it's just a cool deal. So
it really is. Get the small one at first, get your confidence up, then come back, find me on Instagram, get the big boy, and come get the big trophy fish.
That's right. I want to make sure these guys know where to get these baits, because they are custom baits. This is the old molded rat that you use. You're going to be hand carving each of the smaller baits. They go fast. They come out in lots when you get them done. Let them know how they can get these baits.
So you can reach, all my information is on Bigg Nasty Baits at Instagram or Facebook, and that's Bigg, BIGG, Nasty Baits on Instagram and Facebook, or you can go to bigcartel.com, and that's where our store site is, and look for Bigg Nasty Baits as well.
And you're also going to be up at Toxic Day, right?
Yeah, we're going to do Toxic Day. That's where we're going to release the wee wake and the new wooden baits. So come check it out. It's going to be at Russo's Marina on June 24th, and Caesar from Toxic Baits is putting it on. It's going to be a great show. If you're into swim baits and fishing in general, or just want to come hang out and check out some new baits, meet the bait makers.
Yeah, you can meet Gabe up there. He's always an interesting guy to talk to, and he'll give you all the information you need on these. One last question.
Yes, sir.
Can I call you the Bigg Nasty?
Oh, you got it. You got to catch a big nasty one for us too out there.
Thanks, Gabe.
All right.
We'll see you guys at Toxic Day, if not before.
Peace.
Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember, support your local bait makers, support your local tackle shops. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. If you like the video, make sure you hit the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in more bait makers, especially up here in the northern section of California, let me know. We're going to get some of these other guys on and let you know firsthand about what they're doing, who they are, and an insight to some of the smaller bait makers here in the North Bay. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys on the water.